I think she's having some issues. Well, thank you very much, bro.
Good day, my lord.
Desardet. I'm the emissary of the congregation on Tirfredi.
And cousin to the governor. I know exactly who you are. Enchanted. I am Admiral Cabral, and I see that you're accompanied by one of our own. Hardy winds, Vasco.
Hardy winds, Admiral.
You are still angry with me for keeping you ashore, are you not? You'll one day thank me for it, but I don't suppose you've come to talk to me about affectations. What can I do for you? Captain Vasco, I'm glad to see you again. Did you profit from your time on land?
I did, Admiral. That's why I've come to see you.
You want me to entrust you with a loyalty mission?
Indeed.
Very well. A short time ago, we lost one of our ships near the island. The reputation of the Norts suffered from it.
I have heard about it. An incomprehensible sinking which fueled numerous rumors.
We cannot let the land dwellers think we are losing the sea. So I need someone to investigate and restore our reputation.
At your orders, Admiral, and with pleasure.
The shipwreck is stranded on the shore, southwest of the island, not far from Xavier.
Thank you, Admiral.
I'm counting on you, Captain Vasco.
Come closer, good people. Liqueur and wine from the continent.
Oh, it's you on Olmenawi. Come and see. Oil received beautiful.
Admittedly, I need to cook soon. I have 2 prepared meals right now. Everything else will need to be cooked. But that can wait. Gotta beat this game. Let's go! Yeah, admittedly we lost a little time yesterday, which I don't really regret. I believe we will have a chance to actually beat it in time. We'll see. I don't want to get too overambitious. Otherwise I'd be Greedfall. Okay. I like cooking, it just takes time. But yeah, I cook basically everything I eat. I have a meatloaf prepped. I'm going to wrap it in some bacon, putting in there. I've also got some ground turkey I'm going to turn into meatballs. And what else? I got some bell peppers that I need to fill. I'm going to stuff those with some of the leftover meatloaf. No, we haven't cheated yet. Unless there's a go faster cheat, I'm not sure cheats would really help. I'm going to try out this new garlic salt that the Guido family sent me. Again, I've actually already tried it out. It's a little too salty for me, but I think if I put just a little bit in and mix it throughout, and then let it sit for a bit before I cook it, it'll work out. That is presumption on my part. I like to experiment with cooking. I generally don't do recipes. Like, I don't go online and say, what's a recipe for such and such? I just try to figure it out myself. What I will do sometimes is get a recipe and use that as a baseline. Can I just say that, thank goodness, yet again, that there is no stamina meter in this game. I've been sitting down kind of processing the problem of combat in this game and what I think I would do with it. Admittedly, the easy answer, I hate to say it that way, is to have far fewer encounters, but far more manually crafted. Basically make every encounter a boss fight, and have stuff with the terrain, or, you know, items you can pick up, or maybe there's like a ballista over there, or there's some
The corpses are chained up.
rotten stuff,
We're captive.
or maybe there's a pool of fire, you know, something like that. You get my idea. That would help with the combat, because at that point the combat design would be able to be varied enough to make up for the absence of complexity in the actual combat itself. I think actually overhauling the combat itself would be a much bigger issue. Why is the camera being weird? Looks like a Dream Whisperer. And it's probably that thing right there, if I were to guess. Hey, that thing.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! Let's see if you can ward off this fate. May the shadow engulf our...
Here's something.
Let's see if you can ward off this fate. May the shadow engulf our enemies. May the shadow engulf our enemies. Let's see if you can ward off this fate. Let's see if you can ward off this fate. May the shadow engulf our enemies. Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
Unless I lose weight, Goofy movie, no. I would not be willing to be seen below the chest on camera.
Ward off this fate. May the shadow engulf our enemies. May the shadow engulf our enemies. Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
Titans come to my help!
May the shadow engulf our enemies.
I got 5 gold coins out of that fight. So, mission accomplished? Nope. Wow.
It looks like an enormous cage. But look.
It's been broken. Is this ringing any bells for anyone else?
The hull was torn apart. And given the way that the wood is broken, it came from the inside. Damn it. What happened here?
There are scraps.
This and other amazing deductions on the next episode of...
This ship was apparently carrying creatures from the island. The largest one managed to escape and made a hole in the hull.
Obvious Anonymous. Sorry.
Just like in Serene. The sailors didn't stand a chance. All the clues seem to corroborate the captain's journal. This is the same thing that happened at the harbor in Serene. The Guardian who was locked up on the boat freed itself and ripped apart the hull of the boat to get out.
Yes. And my brothers had no means of saving their lives or the ship, alas. Let's go back and explain this to the Admiral. The captain's journal will serve as proof.
I think that enemy got the point. I have no idea what engine this is. It can't be Frostbite. It's too stable and not crappy enough. What? I have no love for the Frostbite engine. Zippo. It's okay, Kay. I have warded off the feint with the shadow of our enemies. Magic, whatever the other guy says. God, I can't even remember. I really started tuning it out after a minute. Reminded me of when I used to work in retail during Christmas. Anyone else ever work retail during Christmas season? Oh.
May the enlightened protect me in this battle. Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
Sadly, no, okay. I'm afraid you do not count infinite scars. Because the relevant point, and the specific thing I was making the point of, is if you work retail during the Christmas season, you know what you hear on the radio? All day, every day, for 8 hours, for weeks. Yeah, that is actually the exact moment in life when I learned to drown out sound. I know that sounds strange, but I didn't know how to do it before I worked that job. And I learned how to just turn my ears off.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
Regarding the mission you entrusted Captain Vasco with,
We have come to give our conclusions.
I'm listening.
We examined the shipwreck and the surrounding area. A creature they carried on board managed to set itself free. An enormous beast. It made a hole in the hull and caused the sinking. We could only find dead bodies.
Alas, I was expecting it. May the sea be their shroud. We shall not forget them. Did you find anything?
The captain's journal tells the tale of the ship from their departure to the sinking.
Thank you, Vasco. It seems that the potions of the Alliance failed us once more. And rest assured, we will never transport another one of those creatures. They are too dangerous for our ships. Our honor is safe, thanks to you. You have proven your loyalty, and you have regained my trust. What you have achieved for us all deserves to be a part of your history, Vasco. I will send someone to tell the tattooist. He'll be waiting for you.
Do I have to go with you to the tattooist? I gotta hold your hand. Oh, there's a friend. Okay, that's different. That's different. There's a lot of fish.
I have come to receive my tattoo. The Admiral should have informed you.
Indeed, Captain. Congratulations. Well, take a seat. You know the drill.
What do you think about it? I feel more naught than ever.
great.
I
Congratulations.
agree. He looks more not than ever. That tattoo really shows. Hi, my name is the Lore Runner. I'll be here to give cringy jokes all day long. Okay. Well, they're definitely there, Harian. I think the knots are the beginning of an interesting idea. I think the coin guard are the beginning of an interesting idea. Don't really have much to say about the other two.
Is your hat out of style? Does your vest belong to last year's fashion?
That's an interesting question, Mr. Floyd Pinkerton. Do you mind clarifying why you're asking? Costume design is actually pretty good. I will absolutely give it that. Well, we need to hit... level 17 before we can advance the main plot. I should probably restart the game. I'm feeling some memory lapsing. Memory leak, memory leak, memory leak. Yeah, that's true. As Horient says, they did patch the game enough so that the mod that we had to fix the camera issues doesn't work anymore. So that's good. We get to experience the real deal. In all its glory and all its horror. Yes, this game is war. And death is the only true peace. Oh, yeah. Well, shoot. Okay, that's gonna suck. Whatever. I said I was gonna push through this, and I will. Man of my word.
You'll find all you need in our selection. Whatever you need to be the talk of all serene.
Come closer, good people. The cure ain't right.
Good day, dear sir. Happy to see you again in such fine health. How can I be of service?
What do you know about the ruins found to the northwest of here?
The site that the natives call Didakidnadagace. I had countless questions about the place when our explorers and scouts first brought back sketches. Intrigued, I went there. I noted the architecture and their decorations. It is certain that they bear a striking resemblance with continental constructions, but they are more ancient. Too old to have been recently built by the Bridge Alliance settlers when they first set foot on the island. I even questioned the natives, but they only spoke of a people of the sea. My first thoughts went to the Nauts, but they're not known for building large towns, less so cities. There are other ruins on a cliff to the east of here. Perhaps they hide the key to this mystery. I hoped to organize an expedition, but the region is dangerous and hard of access. We explored mines at the bottom of the cliff, but we were not able to find an access to the plateau. If the mystery of these ruins intrigues you as much as me, it is in that direction that you should begin to look for answers. Can I help you with any other matter?
My lady, I have to go.
Fear not, I have my 2 stalwart bodyguards. The Scarecrow Gang. Or what should we call our gang? The Beakerists, maybe? Yeah, I've noticed a lot of, well, a lot of the old serial shows that I've seen, Takoida, even though they're serialized shows, they would bounce directors around like crazy. So, wildly inconsistent presentation. The Wallpaper Fan Club. No, that's it. The Wallpaperists. I like it. No one messes with the Wallpaperists. We could call it the Koopa Troop. You know, compromise their goofy movie. Five? Yep, 5. I'm right. And we can have 2 in the party at once. And they don't even give an explanation.
We can't be far from the ruins, Lady Moron.
Like, usually there's some kind of excuse or lip service. No, it's just party size is 3. Piss off.
Look, these are the ruins we're looking for. But unless we can climb up the cliff, I do not know how we'll get there.
Some of the tunnels in the mine may lead to it. We should go there.
Maybe in life you protect me in this battle. Poison my These are some unusual customers. Greetings, man.
I ran out of ammo on that boss, so we should start stockpiling ammo again. And I keep buying quest items as I see them.
Thank you.
No, you gotta say it right, okay. Because he doesn't say, ward off this fate. He says, you ward off this fate. Like, the only word that's capitalized is the last one. Yes, there are actually indicators when they're ready for an increase in their quest. Anytime you hit that little camp area, and if you just talk to them, it's like, hey. So, yes, hard end. No, that's not a positive. But it's better than some games I can name.
Here's the entrance to the mine. We should question the people of this village. They may be able to help us.
I mean, can't we just go in? Actually, that's a good question. Let's just go in without questioning him. Peace. You have got to be kidding me. Did you know I have to hit a button? I have to hotkey my lamp, which I just now got a tutorial for. Now. This far into the game.
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go! May the shadow engulf our enemies. Must be a way to open this gate somehow. There, the gate is open.
Hey, that cog I just got. What do you know?
Protect me in this battle.
Poison on my blade. And let's go!
I mean, that's not much of a comparison, Aptaf, at this point. Poor Black Mesa. And you thought Aperture was bad. Game? Wow, I can't do anything while I'm going down a ladder. Who knew? Alright, whatever. This looks like the right way anyways.
It's not possible just now.
Of course not. That's the way forward, isn't it? Requires Science 1. Where do you want me to go, game? No, that's not where it wants me to go. It wants me to go east. Didn't I just come from there? Oh, I do need to go that way. Maybe. Oakley dokley. That's true, Sierra Mike. That is very true. Really, game? Can cannot be right. I mean, okay, so we're here now. Yeah, I know, it wants me to go this way. Alright, whatever. What do you mean, Apdef? Right, can't climb. I mean, Half-Life Episode 3 came out in text format a while ago. I even talked about it during the lore run. Alright, go ward off this feint. I seem to have lost a party member. Ah, there he is. You can do it, guys. I believe in you. Okay, let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Let's go. Ow. We did it! We discovered the ruins, and we didn't have to talk to the miners. That's nice. They would have been like, you should go through the mines. But be careful. Those ruins are cursed and evil. And if you don't tap your right foot 3 times...
Finally. Here we are.
You'll die horribly.
These are the ruins that Lady Lorraine spoke to us about.
I'll drown myself in the morning tide if these buildings are of native construction.
Explore the area. Something may give away the identity of the architects.
It was those bears!
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
You see what I mean, Kay? He always emphasizes the word faint.
Engulf our enemies! May the enlightened protect me in this battle!
Bit of poison on my blade. And let's go!
Is that another of those Cthulhu monsters? Oh my god, it is. I just killed one of you things. Come on, guys, let's go kill Cthulhu Part 2. Cthulhu Boogaloo. I'll try to kill its armor. Oh, see you around, Kay.
May the shadow engulf our enemies!
Let's see if you can ward off this fate.
Armor gone.
Your magic is running out! Take a potion!
Take a potion if you want to cast more spells.
Yeah, I decided not to screw around this time. Our position on the island is becoming impossible to hold. Despite our best efforts and the many battles we've won, we are losing more and more ground. The savages are formidable opponents. The roots seem to obey them, and they are helped by gigantic creatures, the likes of which we've never seen before. The creatures are approaching. We are incapable of facing them. The lords are already preparing to board the ships that the Knots had stationed at our position as expected. They said there would not be enough room for everyone. We're going to die here, stomped by giant raging monsters. Cursed be the princes and their ambition.
This journal confirms what we suspected. A continental nation had once attempted to colonize the island with the help of the Nords, and they were repulsed.
And that's why we must succeed! Wait.
Few of them actually managed to escape.
I should have known as soon as we discovered those ruins that we were not foreign to these lands.
The major part of the journal has faded, and I'm not able to decipher the name of the author. Let's continue our search. We must discover which nation was here.
It was Bulgaria, or wait, that's a real nation. Bulvaratarinia. There we go. That's a fake one. Bulvarga Larga Larga Larga. Or I could go on my own standby. Made up a stand. Made up a stand just gets into all kinds of trouble.
Maybe enlighten protect me in this battle.
Bit of poison on my blade.
Okay.
And let's go!
Keyboard smash here. I've been there in the summer. It's delightful. No joke, when I was a lot younger, one of my naming tricks was to look around the room and combine pieces of the words that I saw. Like, I don't know, let me see if I can do it again. Kowalrentesk. There you go.
This seal. I know the insignia. Even if it has become more detailed in recent decades. It's hard to believe my eyes.
What nation does it belong to?
This is the ancient coat of arms of Serene. It's a congregation seal. I think the information is pointing to something clear.
Whee!
All the clues point in the same
My
direction.
cloak is going through my...
People from the sea who built these ruins and confronted the natives. They were us.
My son, this information, even if it does explain a great deal, should be shared with prudence. The natives will not find it a good sign their legendary foes have returned. As for the other nations...
And to think we helped you. I'm having trouble dealing with this, even if it does explain a lot. We're gonna have to keep this story under lock and key. The natives are not gonna swallow it easily without a long chew.
This must be the reason they kept us in the dark. Constantine is going to be furious when he learns this.
No bets here, Mike. Although I don't think it's him. I think what's going to happen is, you notice how he's incompetent and bumbling around? I think he's going to find out the reason he was sent here. He's going to flip out, and he's going to become the big bad as a consequence of said flip out. That too, Dakota. Well, let's go tell our cousin. I'd make another GTA 4 joke, but my heart's not in it. I've made so much fun of this game, I'm running out of material. Gazin. Oh, there he is. Gazin!
Cousin! You have returned!
Why do you look worse than you did last time?
Look well. What's happened here?
Nothing. Nothing terribly bad in any case.
Oh my
I
god,
must
he's
have
got the plague,
eaten
doesn't he?
Something that's having trouble going through me.
Seems to me that this illness has been lingering too long. Who prepares your meals? Are they safe?
No one is poisoning me, dear cousin. We are far from court and their customs. It's nothing. Take my word for it. Now then, what do you have to tell me?
Allow me to present Afra, an emissary of the Bridge Alliance. She is an eminent naturalist who studies local flora in an effort to find a remedy.
Your Excellency, it is a great honor.
You were part of Governor Burren's lost expedition, if I've understood correctly, were you not?
Yes, and our research would have borne fruit if it hadn't been so brutally interrupted.
I can only imagine. Nevertheless, you are most welcome. Your great learning will certainly prove useful. I implore you, my dear cousin. Do continue. We are eager to hear your news.
We had a talk with Lady Morange and we explored the ruins that she suggested we visit. All our findings point to one conclusion. Those ruins were originally built by the Congregation of Merchants.
The congregation? Us? But Father never once even hinted. Once again, he must have deemed me unworthy to know the secret. How he must despise me.
Constantine.
We need to learn more. I want to understand. I need to know everything my father has kept from me. This question also concerns you. You look too much like a native for that to be a coincidence. Since we cannot bombard my father with questions, others here must give us the answers we require. The congregation, even in the past, could not have made it to this island without help. We are pitiful sailors.
You're thinking of us. But I assure you that I know nothing of this story.
You are perhaps simply not aware, but your admiral stationed at the captainry surely is. Go and find her, cousin. Try to learn the final chapter of this story.
Very well.
Anything else?
I'm going to leave now. Goodbye, Constantine.
Look out for yourself.
You know what? Now that you say that, Dakota, you're absolutely right. Like, it's got that, you know... Like, you remember how you could report back to Erebeth in Chapter 1? And... You could do it piecemeal, or you could do it all at once. Like, we just did 2 turn-ins just now. The more I play this game, the more I think it really should have been a top-down CRPG. Pull back the ambition a little bit. Pull back the physics issues. Pull back the camera, literally. I'm not sure what you'd do with the combat at that point. Like, it would still need an overhaul, but, you know. I don't know. I admit I'm probably the worst person to talk about that. I don't even care for real-time with pause in general. There's very few exceptions to that.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
How do I get, you know...
I've explored many ruins on this island, ruins that after careful scrutiny were built by the congregation. In one of them we found a journal that made reference to your guild. This document, as are the buildings, date much further back than the arrival of the Bridge Alliance a decade ago. These discoveries raise a good many questions, questions that my cousin would like you to answer.
I understand. All the same, we are in a difficult situation. We are bound by the pact. I could eventually overlook these engagements if you would perform a service. Commander Fernando, who holds the port of San Mateus, has problems with certain members of Teleme. But your friend here could without a doubt tell you more.
I believe I see what the Admiral is speaking about. Or rather, who. A few of our zealous brothers are overcome by their faith. You already witnessed it for yourself at San Mateus. They look with a wary eye at all those who do not swear faith to Teleme, and refuse to express their faith openly. It is possible they have decided to target the Nauts. We will need to speak with those on Teleme lands. And of course, seek out the Bishop Domitius.
Solve these problems, and I will reconsider the validity of the pact. I will answer your questions. Anything else?
Yeah, I'm playing Metroid.
I need to be going. Until we meet again, Admiral.
I can't even get invested in that. It's like, okay, so you made some deal with my nation that I represent decades ago, possibly century range. You refuse to violate that, or even admit that you know anything about it, until I do you a solid. This is ignoring the fact that I have already done you more than one solid. But I'm not going to really hold the game against that. It's just, I don't know, I feel like the politicking is lacking. This is too brusque, you know? I feel like a little more refinement could add some smoothness to these edges. Like, yeah, because the Quad have a monopoly, right? Or the Quad, wow. The Knot. Quad, get it? The Knot have a monopoly. They can kind of force all kinds of terms. They don't seem to be doing that. Instead, they're like, go do this quest. It's like, okay, I'll do your quest. I would actually legitimately enjoy it if we do this stupid errand and go back, and his, her response is, "Sorry, I've never heard anything. Never even heard of it. Sorry. Thanks for doing that solid for me, though. Appreciate it. Wink." I need to check something. While we're at it. And then we slugger. Man, those frame drops are getting real, aren't they? Where is it? Is it this screen? It is this screen. So, we're friendly with Vasco and Kurt. And that's it. We aren't even friendly with our own nation. Wow. You, speak to me.
Hello, sir. You are from the congregation, are you not?
Indeed. Desarde.
I love the flanking bodyguards. I really do.
You may call me Fernando. I am the port commander here. What might I do for you?
Stab! Oh, sorry.
Your admiral informed me that you've been having problems with a few citizens of Teleme. What more can you tell me?
Problems, huh? We're up to our necks and sinking with problems. Yeah, I even received threats to my own person. One of those high and mighty long robes dared walk upon my docks with talk of burning me at the stake. Burning me? Then two of my men up and disappeared, and I do not believe in coincidence. I wanted to ask for help from the Mother Cardinal, but she did not answer my requests for an audience. The games of politics are not my forte, and investigations even less so. Find my men. I implore you. More questions?
Thanks. I've got everything I need.
Fernando and the Admiral are close. When she was captain, he was her chief mate. She trusts him completely. That's why she put him in charge of the management of the port of San Mateus.
We should talk to some other sailors at the port. If some of their comrades have also disappeared, they may be able to give us some information.
What do you want from me, my son?
Sir Desarde, emissary of the congregation.
Ah, the congregation still has the uncanny gift of surprising us. I am Bishop Domitius. I represent the Ordo Luminous on the island.
What can I do for you?
I believe you have a few problems with the Nauts who reside in the port.
We have problems with all matter of heretics, my son. And of course the pagan Nauts would be among them. They are very secretive, and have all sorts of strange rituals that they keep to themselves under cloak of mystery. The sorcery they employ to guide their ships is drawn from nature, just like the sorcery used by the natives. And to top it all off, and this is where it stings, we suspect them to be at the origin of the Malachor.
Whatever do you mean?
What?
Have you ever once crossed paths with a Naut suffering from the blood plague? Why are they spared? The only logical reason is that they are at its origin, calling upon various cursed rituals. It's as simple as day. I am certain that we will find clues of their rituals and their pagan idols in the stockhouses in the port.
What a nest of absurdities.
What other reaction would you expect from those responsible for the curse that afflicts us?
Very well. Let's just agree that these rumors need to be verified.
Anything else?
God damn it. Of course I muted myself. That was a good one, too. I actually got in a good one-liner. Whatever. Whatever. Screw life. Screw everything. Death to everyone. Especially you. As I was leaving, I'll just repeat the last thing I said. As I was leaving, he said, "Is there anything else I can do for you?" And I said, "Yeah, you're a goddamned moron, and I have never meant that so literally." And then I started talking about how I'm not sure if there's actually deities within this setting, but if they are, they're probably looking at you and being like, "Dude, what's wrong with you?" I have an indicator, it's just... Okay. I do have an indicator. It's right there. Normally, I'm quite good about this. You'll notice this is the only game where I really have been having the problem with staying muted or not. That probably says something about how much my attention is just kind of going right now. I suppose it's my fault for playing Metroid on the side. I'm paying too much attention to Metroid and not enough to the interface. Which means I need to... just play the game.
Good day.
So listening.
We cannot question all the Inquisitors roaming around the island, especially considering what we've learned from Domitius. They must be doing everything in their power to discover the Naut's secrets. Do you know?
No.
If one of the sailors disappeared as he came out of the tavern, that is where we should go. If we find Inquisitors there, they'll certainly know more than the ones we see here.
I've been pondering your question, Updaf. And I think I would rather be playing Banjo-Kazooie than this. With great fortune, the next game I'll be playing will be, and Takoida got there first, ripping and tearing until we're done. Super discreet, super discreet. The music will be better, the directing will be better, the gameplay will be better, the combat will be better, the boss will be better, the level design will be better.
You again.
Don't know about the story.
Why am I not surprised to see you implicated in this story of surveillance?
I have no idea what you're talking about.
A witness told me that you and others of your order seem to be spying on all comings and goings in the port. 2 Nauts were captured not long ago. You had to have seen something.
You are mistaken, my son. You've been misinformed.
I agree, Banjo-Kazooie's music is better. I agree with that 100%.
You do know that lying is forbidden in the sacred texts. Lies from someone as pious as yourself.
Petrus. All politics. Why am I not surprised to see you playing the lawyer to infidels?
Remember your manners, Aloysius, and tell us politely what this is about. The Mother Cardinal will be most saddened to hear that you have shown aggression to an emissary, and you know she'll listen to me.
I do not appreciate this attempted intimidation. But very well. Since you insist, these Naughts were arrested. We were forced to interrogate them to bring to light their pagan rituals.
It wasn't a sanctioned arrest, was it?
No. The Mother Cardinal is not aware. Not yet. But as soon as we have succeeded in making them talk and they have confessed their heresy, she...
Of course. Where did you take them?
The Coin Guard has lent us their jails and some men. We do not normally like to call upon the services of these brutes, but we have need of their skills and discretion.
These Inquisitors really don't realize
Jesus
the consequences
Christ.
of their actions. We will have to
Oh
proceed
my
with caution.
god, these people are astonishingly stupid. I mean, it's just a relatively small group. I don't want to paint the entire religious quarter with them, but holy crap. I don't know, Valvidrix. One of the reasons I want to review 1 through 6 is I want to decide that exact fact. What do you ask?
Good day, Desade. How can I help you?
I met the representative of the Ordo Luminis, and he spoke of his fears concerning the Naughts.
That hardly surprises me. That man is full of pride and arrogance, and sees evil wherever he gazes.
And that bishop is not made...
Don't explain why he has a mirror in his bedroom.
His questions are intriguing. He suspects you to be somehow responsible for the Malachor because you never fall prey to it.
Responsible for the Malachor? And how?
Through your magic. Some sort of ritual. Do you use a magic very similar to that of the natives?
I have nothing more to say about it. Those are merely the fantasies of a lunatic. More questions?
Yeah, could you say more about it? The fantasies of the lunatic? I'm very curious what you think of 7, Valvidrix, since upon review, that one did not hold up for me.
Thanks. I've got everything I... The commander will probably not tell us anything more about the North's secrets, but the documents at the Harbor Master's office may teach us something new, if we can stay discreet.
We got this. Discreet is my middle name. Lord Discreet Runner. Oh, okay. I guess I'll go right back to where I just was. Yeah, the Jedi and the Sith just both pause in the midst of their conflicts and squabbles, in the middle of killing each other with lightsabers, and they just turn to these guys, the Inquisitorius, and they just start clapping, like, wow. God, that is impressive. Really? Okay, fine. I'm not here. Okay, apparently I am here. Well, enjoy dying. All I wanted was to study. Enjoy dying. I like how I lose rep every time I get seen. For those of you not aware, you gain rep basically via a quest. Like, one full quest chain is 1 rep. We just lost 2 doing this quest for the Naughts. Remember, that's why we're here. Now, I know I got spotted, but I'm just pointing out how ridiculous of a rep loss that is. He also knows they attacked me on site while we're on the subject. To the attention of the Knots guarding the warehouses, it is crucial the number of guards patrolling the most sensitive warehouses be doubled. Inquisitors in disguise are spotted on the area. They must be attempting to get inside. Exercise caution! Make sure not to let anyone inside. Only the Knots are inside. All our secrets must be protected at all costs.
This note speaks of a secret hangar. We should investigate, even though it's sure to be well guarded. That way we'll know exactly what the Naughts are hiding from us.
I can assure you they're not hiding anything reprehensible. But if you absolutely want to check it out for yourself...
I mean, I kind of don't, but I sort of need this because this is a main quest. Primary quest chain. The stealth system exists, Baron. I actually had a whole speech about it earlier showcasing it. It's extremely binary. You have stealth mode. They see you or don't. That's it. No additional mechanics or mechanisms whatsoever. Akai Vuro Vailem. Agreed. Although I actually shouldn't be drinking much because I don't want to take a bathroom break because I want to get through this game as quickly as possible. So, rather than drinking, I will dehydrate. What? Okay. Excuse me.
A feast for the eyes, ladies and gentlemen. And it's free.
I have no idea, Baron. No. God, that's getting disorienting. Every door... But I is streaming! Exclamation mark. Quarter of the way through. Oh, that's disheartening.
Halt! You have no authority to go any further.
Okay, here's some money.
And if I gave you this, so that you might go and have a little fun?
In that case, I could certainly look the other way for a while. But be discreet.
Of course, of course. When I come back with prisoners that I'm freeing from your prison...
Locked.
Let me know.
Thank you. Thank you for getting us out of there.
Those Inquisitors are completely mad. They tortured us. They wanted us to admit to all manner of horrors. Stories of some demonic cult and curses of Malachor. I was of the firm belief that they were going to kill us. But you must make haste. They are planning some sort of wickedness.
They spoke of a great purification. And after that, they did this to us. It doesn't bode well. Not at all. I heard them talking about their headquarters near the palace. Maybe you'll learn something there of interest. Thank you again for freeing us. We'll be able to make it back to port on our own.
We need to discover what is behind this talk of purification, before they can execute their plan. And we should probably find out more about this secret first. If we do not discover anything reprehensible, we will have an easier time convincing the Mother Cardinal to intervene.
No, I noticed that too, Dakota. The Admiral was almost completely covered in tattoos. So... What? What? Oh, it doesn't think I'm outside yet. That's why. Probably because I'm not. I just realized. Oh my god. Where is the exit to this hell? Hey, Tonic. Listen. I just want you to know this is the best game I've ever played ever. Please don't kill me. Maybe if you really want to kill me, it's okay. I understand. Just make it quick. That's all I care about. Okay, now where to? So my sister just messaged me saying, "Hey, come play Stardew Valley with me," and I'm like, "I'm working. I'm streaming." Her response, "So?" I'm like, "It's my job. I must works." And she says, and I quote, "They give you monies when you play with me too." Oh. Move. You know what's funny? I decided to go ahead and look up a walkthrough. Hi, next time. Of this game. And you know what I found? Nothing.
Halt! These buildings are the property of Norts no one is authorized to enter.
Oh, okay.
Step aside, guard. I am Captain Vasco, and I am under the orders of Admiral Cabral herself. We are here to inspect this house of wares.
Thousand pardons, Captain. I didn't see your ink scars.
Yeah, it's probably because of the beak I've got. No, that's not really what I mean, Dakota, but allow me to continue forward. So the walkthroughs I found were really crap, and I mean, by my standards, they're still even worse than that. Like, holy God. You know what? There was this one that was like, here's this quest. The quest name is such and such. It involves this character. That was the walkthrough. You should see the wiki for this game. It basically doesn't exist. It has dead links everywhere. I checked the TV tropes page. Nothing. There is nothing on this game. I thought this game sold well. When I say nothing, I shouldn't say nothing. I'm being exaggerative. But having looked up many games for many ruminations over the years, there's always a pretty gap of difference between a game that has tons of information I can get on it and then a game that is basically nothing. And this is definitely the nothing, or the basically nothing category.
And that? It looks like a thermometer. And this other machine, does it really predict the weather?
The second instrument is a barometer, and it does indeed predict where the weather is going to be. Nothing magic in it either, I can tell you that.
But yes, this game came out last year, September or something like that.
These machines are extremely complex. I've never seen anything like this. Oh. This one looks like it has a shouting dolphin etched into its side.
I wouldn't begin to know how this one works. It's a new model, invented recently. It's designed to measure the depths of the oceans. It's extremely useful.
Oh, you've got to be kidding me. What do you want to bet the big nautical magic they have is just tech? What do you want to bet?
I've already seen this type of engine in my uncle's court. It's used to spy upon the stars.
These objects are called sextants. Looking at the heavens through them, we can determine and track precisely the course of our ships.
Nothing magic nor impure therein. They're nothing but measuring instruments. These instruments are incredible, and I would be hard-pressed to use them. But I certainly see nothing magic in here. Nor anything diabolical. For as long as they work and are really used, these instruments seem to be the product of science. And I've definitely found nothing related to the Malachor, nor a secret sect or cult. This Domitius has let his imagination and the taste of Naught's secrets get the best of him.
I don't think you realize the importance of what you have just seen. These instruments allow us to dominate the oceans and discover new worlds. Keeping this secret has enabled us to remain the only ones capable of navigating the high seas.
Everyone just thinks you use a magic of your own.
We were the ones that spread that rumor. It harms our reputation, but protects us from competition.
And this story about the Malachor?
I have no way to explain why we don't catch it, but we're not responsible for it. I truly hope you'll reveal nothing of what you've discovered in this place.
Oakley dokley. Yeah, no, I saw the same thing, SJ. I saw many reviews, not just on Steam.
Our priority is to discover what this great purification is.
Which all basically boiled down to, it's got a lot of problems, but it's impressive what this team was able to accomplish. Impressive for such a small team, etc., etc. Like, I actually mentioned that at the beginning of the stream today. I saw a lot of reviews like that. It's okay, SJ. This game is, in fact, on sale. The trend continues. It's just on sale on GOG. I was actually going to say, what do you want to bet that they don't catch the disease? Because it's the equivalent of cholera, for example. Which I know is a specifically, related to hygiene. And clean water and blah, blah, blah. I did it again. It's like the second time I've done that. That would be funny, wouldn't it? Big, horrible plague. It's just cholera. I thought about that too, Takoida. If it has to do specifically with the land, it's probably more related to an actual curse or magic thing at that point. Rules magic. Anybody who steps foot on the cursed land, blah blah blah. Although that still doesn't make sense because they step on land all the time. Vasco is with us right now. Oh. Hi. They wash their hands. I mean, it's a valid thing, Oh, he couldn't ward off that feint. Alright, so now that we've killed people, it's okay, they were Inquisitorious. They probably deserved it. Hey, a torture room. Love torture rooms. The purification of the knots. I shouldn't insult that voice with these guys. The purification of the knots will begin as soon as those we have jails have confessed. We will have enough proof to convince the Mother Cardinal to allow us to act. It's high time we eliminated these heretics who have been allowed to circulate in our cities freely. Until then, stay discreet. We'd be in a delicate situation if our plans were revealed too early. Yeah.
Meet with the Mother Cardinal.
I can't wait to get rid of the only people who have the ability to navigate the ocean. You morons. And yes, soap is an exceptionally old invention. Although it's gone under, a few variances over the centuries. But yeah. No, Disco, there has been no punching options. We shall navigate the seas and... why is the ship tilting over? Sploosh.
Yes?
Why am I confronting you instead of the Cardinal Mother? I mean, I know she's literally right next to you, but that makes no sense. I love how they look at me. So I've got the two, the witch doctors there staring at me as I consider my words.
I would like to have an audience with the Mother Cardinal to discuss the discoveries made during our investigation.
What is this about, Domitius?
Well, I don't rightly know.
Faith will lead us over the nations. Or the oceans, excuse me. Wrong thing, wrong thing.
Following up on the accusations of Bishop Domitius, I wanted to verify for myself what this was all about.
Wait, what?
I went to take a look at their storerooms and
What?
saw what they...
No, wait!
Are you going to tell them? You know how vital...
No, I am not gonna tell them.
Your secrets have already nearly
What
cost
the crap, game?
objects of any rich and
What? You know what? Alt F4. Alt F4. Hang on. Let's see what our last save was. That is not what I selected. Christ, game. Loading. I do not know, Orient. I know the religious group worship the sun, and that's it. Okay, see what our most recent load was, or save. There's autosaves everywhere, and I have been saving pretty frequently. But we might be back before we had to kill a bunch of Inquisitoriuses. Inquisitories? If only there was a word for a noun version of Inquisition. But, it's the stuff of nonsense and nightmares. Okay, we didn't lose that much time. We're right back here. The Quiz Boys! I love it. No. Like a real word from Falkenstein, not a made-up word. Take two.
Yeah. I would like... You see, Eminence, Bishop Domitius has brought to my ears his order's accusations concerning the Nauts. According to him, they practice a religion close to those of the natives and use a nature-drawn magic. They would also be implicated, therefore, in the appearance of the Malachor.
That is an extremely serious accusation.
Effectively, considering the accusation is founded on no proof other than the Nauts' tradition of secrecy. But these suspicions have pushed the Order to extreme actions, risking the fragile peace of the island. The Ordo Luminis captured several Nauts, locked them in jails rented to them by the Coin Guard. They were tortured with the singular goal of forcing them to admit heresy. They obtained nothing. If I had not intervened, these men would be dead.
Is this true, Domitius?
Some of our brothers undoubtedly misinterpreted the evil. I would have never allowed such a plan.
These Nauts are now united with their captain, and I am certain they would be most eager to bear testimony. I caught wind of a ridiculous scheme planned for the port by the Ordo Luminis, and I wanted to clear it up. I was able to get my hand on documents that effectively detailed an attack, a great purification. They were signed by you, Father, and included a contract where you enlisted the assistance of the Coin Guard to attack every Naut building and make prisoner of every one of their men that could be taken alive.
Domitius, how could you? Whatever did you want to accomplish?
The Nauts are not believers. We should not be dependent on heretics.
Have you gone completely mad, Domitius? We are on an island. How could we not be dependent on the Nauts? I want them arrested. Him and every member of his order. I will decide at a later time their fate. I thank you for bringing this business to my attention. Going after the Nauts. What madness. Without you, this city would now be drowning in chaos. Carry my best wishes to your cousin. His desire to maintain the peace on the island honors his house's reputation.
I will tell him, Your Eminence. Until we meet again.
So, at least she has a brain. That's nice to know. Granted, we're talking, like, the level that my niece could accomplish. So, you know, kindergarten range or whatever. But at least some member of this ancient and venerable organization has a brain. Why wouldn't we, von Falkenstein? We are the Plague Knightists. These are my loyal bodyguards, sworn to defend and protect me and my interests, wherever they may lay. And even if I lead them to their inevitable deaths, they will follow me, loyal to the last. I have no idea, Harriet. My character is filled with plague, bursting, full to burst with plague. Everywhere I walk, pestilence rides in my wake. You know, the very embodiment. I feel like I've read that in a story somewhere. No, we're not gross. We do not believe in gross. It's against our religion. We instead believe in the great powers of proper hygiene for ourselves, obviously. We are so hygienic, we infest everyone around us with every disease simultaneously. God damn it, no, von Falkenstein. Why are you so terrible? No. No Nurgles. Doesn't exist.
Desarde, what can I do for you?
I've settled the problem in San Mateos. Several of your men were imprisoned by the Ordo Luminous. The misguided brothers planned to attack the port. I had them arrested. They should no longer be a threat to you. The Order thought you to be heretics because of your tradition of secrecy.
The secrets. They often cut both ways. Therefore, I'm going to reveal to you another. We discovered this island nearly 2 centuries ago. A few decades later, we sold the discovery to your nation of merchants. Then, our closest allies. We transported some lords, men, and merchandise. They began to colonize the island. The lords revealed themselves to possess a tyrannical nature, and began to exploit the lands with a deadly passion. Their actions provoked a revolt of the natives, but also the very workers and craftsmen they had brought with them. The magic of the natives of Tir Fredee was awoken. Beasts came out of the woods and destroyed the new cities. Only a handful of lords and armed men were able to make it back to our ships. The losses were enormous. The humiliation, devastating. Your princes paid us well to keep their secret. They continued to make the occasional expedition. You are, in fact, a product of one of them.
What are you saying?
You must have had your doubts. You are the child of a native. You were born on one of our ships.
The child of an islander? But I know who my mother is, and...
I understand how difficult this is to hear. And I wouldn't know why your family has kept this from you all this time.
Can I get some lore shocks in chat, please?
We decided to sell the secret location of the island to other nations. The congregation, in spite of its fears, could not keep away. And here you are again. I am sorry for the shock I have caused you. You asked me for the truth, and now you have it. Anything else?
Yeah, I guessed all that yesterday. Anything else?
I need to be going. Until we meet again. I can't believe it. That for all this time, I've been fed lies. Did Constantine know? I must go and see him.
My child, I understand that this revelation is upsetting. I wish I had the right words to comfort you. In any case, you
Come closer, good people.
This island is at the very core of all our fates.
I kind of like the fact that they can have this conversation while sprinting with a mask on in such a normal tone of voice. That's not mockery, it amuses me.
Cousin, you couldn't pick a better time. I've been taken with jitters like a cat on a midday roof.
What are you waiting for with such anticipation?
I took your advice, you see? I've summoned one of these crows! He has been examining me for nearly an hour. I just barely escaped a purge. But I was given the mandatory bleeding. I so hate their little knives.
And so then, our venerable doctor, what is the verdict? The blood is black. Constantine, is this your blood? Constantine, answer me. Constantine, stay with me. Constantine. There is a chance that he is in error. It might be something else.
I'm going to die.
No, Constantine.
I will die, like your mother, and the others on the continent. I am dying. I don't want to die. I don't. Not so soon. It's so good. Cousin, I don't want...
Constantine, I'm here. Pull yourself together. Out. Everyone out. It's an order.
Thank you, cousin.
There now. Are you better?
I don't know. You won't leave me, will you?
I'm going to find a cure, I promise you.
Didn't you promise the same thing to your mother? You know I'll be dead before you find one.
Don't say that. I will succeed. I've already some promising trails to explore.
I don't know, cousin. The tidings are so awfully dire. I'm afraid. I'm so afraid. I doubt the reason for your visit was to console me in my tragedy. Tell me, what brings you here?
It can wait. It's nothing that can't be dealt with later.
But please, whatever it is, it will take my mind elsewhere.
I was able to get the whole story out of the Admiral in exchange for a service. As our investigation was leading us to imagine, the congregation did once attempt to colonize the island. The Nauts discovered it some 2 centuries ago, and brought our people here a few decades later. But the enterprise to colonize the island failed completely. There were a great many bloody battles. Few colonists survived. The princes preferred to hide their defeat, and paid the Nauts to keep the secret.
That they hid the fiasco from the world, I get. But that my father said nothing about it to me.
That's not the most shocking part of the story, believe me.
What do you mean?
The congregation continued to make expeditions to the island with the help of the Nauts. According to the Admiral, my mother came from the island and was brought back. I was born on one of their ships.
What? But... that means you are not...
your dear cousin? No. All the lies we've been fed since our tender childhood. The fable told that I'm the spitting image of my dead father, lost during an expedition. God, I don't know what to think, Constantine. Why did they do that to me?
I don't know. It's another one of their sly and dark orchestrations. Some vile intrigue. If it is of some comfort, no matter the true story, you will always be my dear cousin. You have always been the only one to care for me. You are my only friend. That's all that matters to me. Keep this discovery between us. No one needs to know. My aunt adopted you after all. Bring in the others. Let us speak of different concerns. That's enough bad news for one day. Kurt, what is...
Dismissed, soldiers! Leave us. We have much to say.
What is going on? I don't appreciate this attitude, Kurt. Must I remind you that these men all answer to me?
Times change, Your Highness. Or rather, they're about to do so.
Is that a threat? What are you hoping to accomplish? Don't tell—
Silence! We have little time, and none to lose.
Kurt, what are you talking about?
The commander of the Coin Guard is here in New Serene at this very moment. He's preparing a coup d'etat. In the 3 cities of the island, our men are going to eliminate the governors and their entourage.
This is madness.
Called it.
How?
How? You'll go down as easy as plum pie and cherry wine. Standing behind every one of you is one of our men. You have entrusted us with your security. You are completely at our mercy.
Then why did you send your men away? And why are you telling us all of this?
I've known you both for a very long time. Too long. I've come to know you. To respect you. And I've never reneged on a contract. These orders go against all that I am. A cold-hearted mercenary, definitely, but never a traitor. And so now you are forewarned. You must take action.
Thank you, Kurt. I'll not forget this. Constantine, we need to get you to safety as well as your counselors.
But I want to—
What? Take part? You can barely stand up. No. We must take you into the cellar.
If I've completely understood what you've said, Kurt, the governors of our cities are also in danger.
Yes. If you want to keep your allies, Your Highness, you also need to warn them.
Correct. We cannot let them fall into the hands of these traitors.
I will find the means to send them a messenger. Do you know where to find your conspirators?
It would seem I should be one of them. They are counting on me to eliminate both of you. The most urgent matter is to get our
Good
hands on the
frickin'
commander
luck.
and his 3 lieutenants. The others are doing nothing but following orders. If we cut off the heads, they will fall into rank.
I always knew you were a good man.
Don't make me change my mind. We'd better be off. Now.
It's actually funny, Haran, because I was just doing quests because, you know, they're quests, you know? I mean, they're loyalty quests, man. What do you want from me?
We'll certainly have to fight some traitors at Torsten's behest on our way to the cellar. Stay on your guard.
Stay behind us, Constantine. You're in no condition to fight.
We must also think about the advisors, including your professor. And then we have to rescue Lady Mirange.
We must hurry before the guard can act.
Okay, pause. Pause. Okay, there we go. Just wanted to make a note to myself for later. This feels like it should have some impact. Like, pay attention to the narrative structure. You complete a fairly lengthy quest chain, and then all of a sudden it's like, oh my god, by the way, the Knots have secretly been doing this secret this whole time. And also, you secretly took over this area ago. And also, you were actually a native. And also, your cousin has the plague. And then, the hammer blow, the coup, right? It has no impact to me. Now, before I explain why, I'm curious if it has any impact to anyone else. Now, that is a jaded worker right there. There's a corpse right there. Look at that. Alright. Back to work. This is also astonishingly stupid by the coup. For so many reasons. What? Yeah, they have... It'll be extremely easy for them to take out the governors and us. In fact, they probably would have succeeded if we weren't here. But, like, then what? What the hell's... Do you want to go up, game? I guess you do. Alright, whatever. Yeah, you know what they will have succeeded at doing? Ignoring the fact that they will have absolutely destroyed the reputation of the Coin Guard, thereby effectively destroying the entire... Okay. Destroying, like, their livelihood and method of existing. Yeah, their infrastructure. Thank you. Sorry, I got distracted by an email from Dad. But in addendum to that, they will have made enemies of all of their customers. And unless those customers have no military of their own, they are not in a good position to really make that work. They're also stranded here.
The Coin Guard tried to assassinate my cousin and is plotting the same actions against the other governors.
So, they have finally done it. Such proximity to power is a terrible temptation. It was only a question of time before they succumbed.
We should have paid more attention to your lessons. We might have been able to avoid all of this. Follow me. I'm taking you somewhere safe.
I'm coming.
Oh, hi. Just walk out and the guards are like, huh? Oh, right. You know, this is astonishingly stupid. Now, that doesn't bother me all that much. I could see, you know, one particular commander or commandant basically getting too big for his britches. Lord knows it's happened plenty of times before, historically, so that doesn't bother me. But it is amusing how incredibly foolish of an attack this is. Probably the only reason the Coin Guard isn't going to be completely screwed after this is because of Kurt. And that's determinative. AKA, if we hadn't done the loyalty quest, that wouldn't be happening. Now, we mentioned this earlier. If it's the Coin Guard specifically, this is full tilt stupidity. If they're being hired by someone, it's slightly less stupid. But it's still going to end particularly badly for them and whoever's backing them.
Move away! Things are about to get dicey!
Yeah, the rest of the Coin Guard will literally kill them in order to exonerate the Coin Guard. To reestablish loyalty and consumer base. Morons. God, it is really dark. Oh no, this is this one, isn't it? Excuse me. Ah, that's actually fair. On Falkenstein, you're right. Again, that doesn't really...
Lord Minister! The Coin Guard wants to take control of the island by assassinating all its governors.
The Guard is everywhere. They could succeed.
We will do everything in our power to thwart them. Come now. We'll take you somewhere safe.
I'll follow you.
I mean, I get it. You know, they're worried about their lives. It makes sense. In the short term, the Coin Guard certainly have a lot of power, but in the long term, they are just committing a much slower version of suicide. Anyways, getting back to my earlier point, none of those narrative beats that I was reciting earlier had any really power for me. And I want to try and explain why. So first of all, the fact that we're an islander native had absolutely no impact to it. Now, I like foreshadowing, but there's a difference between foreshadowing and, hey, you look a lot like the natives. Oh, you're definitely one of the natives. Why are you wearing the dress of the Outlander? You're a native. They kept hammering that point over and over and over. And it's even more suspicious since we could change our appearance. You know, during the character creation. He also doesn't look or talk like a native. But no, he totally looks like a native. I believe there's a TV trope for that. It's called informed attribute. It's when we are told something with no actual evidence of it being true. And yeah, that's what I think of that particular setup. Where am I going? Okay.
We've reached the cellar. It looks like a good place to hide. Constantine, promise me that you will stay here until we secure the city.
Do I even have a choice? Here I am, consigned to my quarters like some broken old maid.
Like someone ill, Constantine. Someone sick who is dear to me, and the city wouldn't survive your loss.
Eh.
You have such a way with words. Very well. I promise to stay here, obediently awaiting your return.
Let's go then.
And cousin? Watch out for yourself. You were dear to me as well.
By the way, one of the things I had to jot down earlier, Constantine is very quickly becoming my favorite character in this game. Now, that's not saying much, but he is effectively the only character I, the player, actually give a damn about. And yeah, the acting helps. The acting helps so much. The voice actor is probably the best voice actor in the entire game. And it helps that a lot of those manually crafted scenes have been his. Back to the drum beat, guys. Anyways, to finish my point, so the shock of us being a native is like, okay.
Lady Morange, make ready to depart. We cannot remain here.
But what is going on?
The Coin Guard has decided to take control of the Isle. They plan to overthrow the governors. They were set on assassinating Constantine and his entire entourage.
The idiots!
You are in danger. Do you know a safe place where we could take you?
Don't worry about me. I have friends here. They will hide me. Go! And do be careful.
I liked her response to that. The idiots! Like, you could just hear the gall in her voice. Like, really? They're gonna do that? Wow! Okay, sure. It's like if I walked in and said, hey guys, I've decided to go lick a toilet seat on a public plane. Anyways, but yeah, so Constantine's reveal was better handled, mostly thanks to acting. But again, no shock there whatsoever. So then we have the coup, which, I mean, I guess since we did the quest, we kind of knew it was coming. Oh, look it up, Permeus. I didn't make that up. Anyways, I'm getting off topic, and we're like 10 minutes past when I was going to talk about it. All I'm going to say is that the narrative impact of this coup is not hitting the way it should. This feels like this should be a big act-ending arc, and instead it's like, yeah, okay. Got it. I should check inventory first. Hang on. Let's inventory check.
Custom pieces made to order.
While we enjoy this incredible music. You know, we haven't fought any enemy mages, no. The most deadliest thing we have fought, is, ooh. Enemies with guns. That probably sounds like a joke, but I super don't mean it as one. They hurt. I mean, that could be. It's possible magic is quite rare. In fact, I'm actually struggling to think of another mage at all. Like, obviously there's, you know, the, who's this? Oh, this is Vasco. There's the natives, but even the natives don't really do magic all that often. Even, what's-her-face, Siora, could only do magic under duress, like limit break style. Best music ever. So So unfortunately, we need to be 17 to advance the other main plot. Yes, this one's going here. For that one. Jeez Louise. I don't know what to grab. I guess heals. Sure. He has a heal now. No, don't cast it. There. Oh, right. Oh, sorry, your allies. These guys are dropping a lot of loot. Good lord. I gotta do that all over again. We can enjoy the music. Ooh. I wonder if purple gear exists. I can't yet, Blackwell. I need to be 17 for that. No, really, I've checked. At 17, I will be able to get one of those. And I'm going to have to figure out which one I'm going to get. So I'm not sure which it is. No, hang on. Awkward inventory management, I just gotta say. Every one of these is double click and then enter. So if you're wondering why I occasionally screw it up, that's why.
The best forge in Tier 3D.
Where am I going? Oh, right here.
Messenger, be ready to leave at once. You must warn the governor of Hikmet that a conspiracy is underway targeting him.
It's just that I can't leave the city just yet.
What are you talking about? The order comes from the governor. What more do you need?
It's just that I was told if I left the city today, it would cost me my life.
Who said that? The commander's men, I suppose?
I don't really know. But they were heavily armed, and they pay very well.
Okay, look.
And so you are prepared to betray your prince and country for a few coins? Don't you understand that the reason I am standing before you is because the guard failed to take this city? Do you know the punishment reserved for traitors?
Very well, Excellency. I'll leave immediately.